Well, good day everybody, and good to have you all back. As you can see, I've in front of you is my Firebird. I've tried fixing my boo-boo here in front. If you might remember, we had a problem there, and looks good from far. Doesn't look that good from close. It still needs a layer or two, but before I give it another layer, as you can see, I'll need to give it a good sand down. I will do that. You can also see in front here, I tried to rescribe some of the lines and the paint came off, so maybe I should have done before I started painting. So yeah, so we all live and learn. But anyway, so that's what it's all about. So he's going on. He will get another layer tonight, and once I have sandpapered it, and then we will see what we're going to do. As far as the clear color is concerned, I'm still not happy with my Humbrol clear. Still didn't find a way how to really put it on with an airbrush properly. So far, what I get the best results when I use it with a microcloth and then just put thin layers on with a microcloth. That works not too bad, and I'm doing that. And then maybe polish it out later on if I found some way to polish it without buying the whole Tamiya thing. But anyway, so I also try to find sanding paper, up to 12,000, 13,000 grit. No luck, apart from buying, basically 4 pieces of sanding paper for $400 in the hobby shop. There doesn't seem to be any other option. So, but we'll see. Maybe one day we'll get something going there. But actually today I want to do something completely different. And let me show you quickly what that is all about. And the reason why I want to do it is because it's just me. I want to talk about this thing. Let me get the camera up a little bit. Here we go. It's called the Blue Bandito. It's a 29 Ford. And I saw it in the shop and thought, oh, that looks actually quite nice. And as I say, as you know already, I like the period. I like the 20s, the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, mid 60s, roundabout. A reason why it's up to the mid 60s, because then people still could design cars the way they wanted to. As from the mid 60s, then all the regulations came in. Lights had to be a certain height, bumpers need to be thick and fat, and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously that's where design became more and more difficult, and models look more the same. Anyway, let's talk about this one. I actually did a bit of research, just to give you an idea. It has 117 parts. It is 140 millimeters or 5 3/4 inches long. And it is actually a re-release, and obviously the old guys of you might know about the Blue Beetle, because this is what this kit was originally known when it came out in 1964, same time when I came out. And then it kind of wasn't redone anymore, it wasn't reissued anymore. Apparently some of the parts were not reproducible anymore, the presses and the forms were not available anymore. It was a limited production run. It still today is again a limited production run. They changed the name to Blue Bandito because they couldn't call it Blue Beetle. I can only but assume it's because of Volkswagen and their Beetle. And I want to have a look at that now, and it was actually reissued, I think, in the 80s, and you guys are welcome in the comment section to help me out, that it was reissued as a Tom Daniel Bossa Bone, but then a lot of the parts which are in here were not in that kit. And what I'm talking about, I want to quickly explain, and with you I will now opening up whatever is in here. Well, here you go. Let's get a pair of scissors. I know the guys who do this professionally, they hack out their number 11 and cut it open. Why would I do that? I can do it with a pair of scissors. Well, here you go. Let's get it out here. So this is one of the reasons why I think this is such a special kit. You see, this is scuba diving gear. It's awesome. Some of it is done in blue, some of it is done in white. You will see that now, and I will explain to you in a minute why this is. So there's a bag right over here. Let me take my fat finger out here. Here we go. There's a bag right over here. You've got the flippers. You've got part of the breathing apparatus. So that is in here. And then look at this, ladies and gentlemen. It has a surfboard. It has planks on the side, and you might have remember on the original picture there were no planks on the side. Well, that has a good reason. It has a scuba diving bottles. It has the roof. If you can see there, there's some flesh and stuff on it, which makes me assume that this was still done from the old production line. And if you look very closely here, you will see it says copyright 1964. So that is still hot from the old press. Then it has, this is one version of the seats. I guess that's the hot rod seat. You can see quite a bit of flesh over here. And having a look at the next bag. Here we go. Just rip that open. Open a bit further. Here you go. Now we have this one here, which looks like the frame. And there also in the original photo, or in the box art, you saw that this was without a bonnet. There is one, because you can actually make a different version of this, which makes me think if I shouldn't try to get hold of a second set. Well, my hobby shop only had that one. Maybe it gets another one, and if I see it again somewhere in Cape Town, I think I'll just bite the bullet and get myself a second set. See, these are all the blue parts. A bit of cleaning up to do. Here you see the engine. And I'm not quite sure, let's put it this way around, probably maybe easier for you. Have a look at the engine now. Which way do I need to turn? There it is. Here we go. Now what kind of engine is that? Found it out yet? It's not an engine which is commonly reproduced in model cars, I was told to believe. So what it is a 331 Cadillac V8. Certainly something different. And I will have a lot of fun detailing this as far as my detailing artist abilities go. We'll have a look at this, and it will be a beautiful little engine. And since the engine in the version I try to build it will be open, actually this might be my first build where I will try to put some cables in. That will be fun. Well, here you have parts which are loose, like the bed right over here. It has some wood grain at the bottom. Right over there, and there you have a very minimal part for the cabin, the cockpit. And what we have here is sort of a base plate frame. This obviously would then go together with this, and that would then together make the frame. So here we are, and then we have part of the suspension over here, and looking at this obviously should be the back suspension with the differential. I don't think that it's front wheel drive. I think the Cord was the first front wheel drive. Right, these were the blue ones. Let's have a look. There is one white one, which is very interesting, isn't it? And I'll just cut it open here quickly. Here you go. There it is. Let's take it out. Here you have seats which are more made for the blue Bandito, where the other one was more made for a hot rod. Here you have white wall rings, which you can put into your tires if you so desire. Here we have this one here. I'll guess that's to cover the loading bed. Here we have another piece of suspension right over there. Here we have, look at that, we have a scuba gun. And the reason this is white, I believe this particular sprue has been retooled. That was the one which was lost, and they retooled it, and here we are, we have it, and that's the reason why we have the blue Beetle, aka the blue Bandito back. Then we have quite a bit of chrome parts. Not one or two, but three chrome part bags. And why do we have so many? Because this car has so many options to be built at, so which obviously means something which I don't have a lot yet of, well actually basically nothing of. It will produce some spare parts. Wonderful. So here you go, you see the exhaust up there. Chrome doesn't look too bad actually. See, you see the engine covers over here. Now that's all chrome. I don't believe that should be all chrome, so I will have to do some research here and maybe we'll have to alter that or even try to get the chrome off. I normally try to get it off with oven reiniger, with oven cleaner. I don't know what you guys use. Leave it in the comment section. Let me know. There's another option right over here. It's a blower, and then we have the lights over here. Beautiful, beautiful. Looks very, very nice. I like it. And yeah, that's basically part of the suspension in chrome. I'm not so sure about that. Then we have wheels right over here. Beautiful wheels, all chromed out. As I say, that's not a problem if you don't like the chrome. For example, the steering wheel being all in chrome. I don't think that would be right. So we will obviously have to have a go at that and remove either the chrome and redo it or paint over the chrome. I don't know, is that possible, painting over chrome? I've never done that before. Give me a shout, let me know. Then we have, wait a minute, then we have this. Now look at that. I would like to show you that. Don't know if you can see it, but there are some pits right over here. You see that? I don't like that. Let's try to get closer. See if the camera focuses. Yes, it does actually. So here you are. That's not nice. I'm not quite sure. That probably would mean I will have to take the chrome off and have to redo it, whether I like it or not. Yeah, I'll have to have a look at that. Anyway, so that is that. And then the last chrome tree is this one here. More parts of the wheel construction. Some of the parts I don't even know. There seems to be some different engine covers right over here. So there, as I say, there are lots and lots of options. I haven't looked at all at the instructions and yet to see what is for what. But yeah, generally speaking, apart from that, from the cooler arrangement there in front with the pitting on there, it looks all very, very, very nice. And as I say, some of the parts certainly have to be de-chromed. Then we have this here, and I'm not going to take this out, please forgive me for not. This is the glass. And I have read that there is a problem with the front glass, that the frame where the front glass is supposed to go in, is actually too big for the glass. So I'm not quite sure what to do about that. That's not a good one. I heard that guys actually make their own glass. They use a certain material. Maybe you guys can share that with me. Tell me what you use. Well, we have the lights. Obviously not a lot of windows. There's a lot of open space there. And that's that. Then they have tires. And I love this. 8 tires, which means since I can only use 4, that I will have 4 tires for spare parts. Now this is awesome. We have these tires here to start with. Let's have a look at those. And yeah, I can tell you now already they are not branded. I saw some old Revell kits and monogram kits and MT kits where tires are branded. This is not branded, so I would assume the reason is that Revell doesn't want to pay the tire manufacturers money for having their names on these model tires. Is there a way you can put names on there? Let's say I want to make them Goodyears or whatever. Do you guys do that? Don't tell me with a fine paintbrush and do it by hand, because that will never come out right. Anyway, here are the tires. They are on a tree. I'm not a huge fan of that, but we just clean it up. The tread actually doesn't look too bad. Actually looks very nice. So just getting rid of these part in the middle will be a bit of a challenge, and obviously you want to have the tires look a bit more used. Have never done make a tire used before, so I'll try that. Having said that, I'm not going to use these tires. I'm not going to use these. These go into my spare box, so these are my first spare tires I will ever have. And I will actually use these ones. Now you see these are cheaters, slicks, also no branding, same thing. We talked about this. We have the nice and thick ones for the back, and these lighter, smaller ones in front. Looking at the smaller ones in front, you can see there's all the seam there, so obviously we need to get rid of that. Here we go. Then has a. I don't think I need to say too much about the instructions. These are the normal standard Revell monogram instructions we are used to. There it is. So it gives you just the pictures, and it gives you the normal exploded drawings as we know them. And what is interesting is you can then obviously get the decal placement, so you can do it either as the blue Bandito, which is what we saw in front, and this is where the lid would come on. I'm not quite sure I will use that lid. I want to see the loading bit. Or you can make it a delivery van for the farmer's market. Now I actually want to do both, which I won't be able to do with this kit, only one of them. So I will, once I start it, we'll do the blue Bandito first, and then I'll do the delivery van later. Not quite sure what color they chose for the delivery van. They don't show it here on the box. That's a bit of a pity. Maybe I can find something on the internet. Anyway, it gives you on the box, gives you an idea of what they think it should look like. Mine probably won't look anything like that, but what I want to do, I want to basically build it like that without the cover over here. And but I want to use the side rails. I love those side rails, wooden side rails, and I'm not quite sure if I'm good enough to paint wooden side rails, but they have thought about idiots like me as well, and they put in this very nice decal sheet. And Revell has always been known for very nice decal sheets, and given the fact that this is a relatively new kit, I think it came out in 2015, it was released then, it means that the decals will be fine, they will not be tearing. You can see we have the floor over here. That's for the floor if you want to use it. That's for those planks we were talking about. There are 2 planks on each side, so you can put that on the inside and outside. Probably make it more or less that color first and then put the decals on. And we have decals here for the blue Bandito. We even have a blue Bandito t-shirt, not quite sure where that would go on. There is the decal for the surfboard. There are a couple of decals which are just branded stuff, which you can use or not use, I suppose. And I'm not quite sure what these decals are for. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comment section. And then we have some license plates over here. I guess the black ones would be for the Bandito and the other ones would be for the farmer's market van. So I think that's very nice. I like it a lot. And it gives me spare parts. So the first thing which actually does give me some spare parts. So that's wonderful. So what I've done today was my first kit review. All in all, I think it's a funny kit. I'm certainly going to buy another one. I love it. I don't have a problem that there's some work on it. I love a good challenge. I love when we have to work on a kit, and that's wonderful. And yeah, the window thing, I would really appreciate if you guys could tell me what I could do about that. And the dechroming, if you can give me a tips, a quick and dirty way to dechrome without having it soaked into something for 15 days or stuff like that. I really would appreciate that as well. Well, thanks very much for watching. Tomorrow we go back to the normal stuff. I promised you I'll show you all my bugger ups which I have done. Well, that's all coming next time. Thanks very much for listening and have a wonderful day. Cheers.